Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Candela. I'm a hypnotherapist and a transformation coach. Welcome to my channel. You're about to listen to a recording of one of my regression sessions. Enjoy. So tell me what you see around you.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful place to be. It's so peaceful. If I could think of a place like it would probably be Switzerland, because it's this beautiful meadow with flowers and there's water. I can hear water running. I can't see it, but I can hear it. And the person with me, I keep thinking it's Jesus, but I'm not sure that it's really Jesus, but there's definitely someone with me, and it's a man.
Perhaps if you look around, you will see who is with you.
He's absolutely beautiful. In fact, he's so beautiful, I'm getting chills. I feel like I've been here a lot. I don't know, maybe in my sleep. I'm not sure. But it's my peaceful place to come.
Are you able to communicate with this person that's next to you?
Yeah, he doesn't say a lot. He's just loving. He's beautiful. He has hair down to here, brown. He's just in kind of a beige, white, long piece of clothing. He's not saying anything. He's just there.
So I wonder if you can ask him to help you understand or help you remember what this place means to you. And he doesn't have to speak, but he can help you understand or remember.
When I see myself, or when I look at myself in this place, I'm not an adult. I'm little. Man, I'll tell you now I'm going to start crying because the word I have for this place is this is my home. This is where I live. And my house isn't far from here. It's just this beautiful meadow with running water and flowers. And the flowers talk to you. They're singing. They make music, which I love because I love music. I think I'm about 5 and I have blonde hair and I'm in a dress and he's kneeling. He's just kneeling. I don't think he's talking in words to me. I think he's communicating to me that I'm safe and that everything's okay.
Is this a place where you go to stay safe from your situation in life as a child?
I think so, but I think I've been there many, many times. I think at night, I think it's kind of my meeting place with him. And I never remembered, but now that I'm there, I think I've been there many times. Whenever I think of wherever I'll be after I'm not alive anymore, I think of this place, and there's a house nearby, and it's kind of a log house. And there's a lot of trees, and there's a breeze, and everything is moving. I just feel like there's music everywhere.
Can you go ahead and see yourself standing in front of that house that you go to?
Okay, it's up on my right, surrounded by trees. It's brown. It has windows. I think it has a piano. That's exactly what I wanted. There's a piano right in front of this big window looking out over this beautiful meadow. Oh my God. I've never had a piano since I was little and I've missed it terribly.
So can you sit at the piano and play?
Yeah, and in this world, I've been blocked with my playing. Every time I've tried to play or perform, I've been blocked, and I never understood that. But there were 2 days when I became unblocked and I knew I could play anything.
So tell me if that person is still there. Do you sense him there?
It's like he's always there.
I'd like you to just turn to him, and I want you to ask him to help you understand why you were blocked from playing. What was the reason behind it?
It wasn't meant for me this time to play here. There's something else I'm supposed to do. It wasn't meant to be, which I think I always knew. And it was terribly frustrating because I could play, but yet I couldn't do it.
So I want you to stay with what he's saying and just ask him then, or let me know if you're aware of where your energy was supposed to be flowing.
It's writing. I have a job to do, and I know what it is. It's about the cult I was in. I know what he's saying to me telepathically is that this life, it just wasn't meant to be for me to be a pianist again. Something else was more important. And why that 2 or 3 days the block went away.
You can go ahead and ask him because he's right there and he will help you understand.
Yeah, what he's saying to me is that it was just a reminder that it was still there. He's sorry that it was so short, but it was just a reminder.
I wonder if I can ask him for a little gift for you. If he can show you a past life where you were fully using that gift and perhaps you were someone that was well known.
I had something to do with a composer named Schumann. What I remember is this room. It was kind of narrow, and there was a piano, but it was not like the pianos today. It was littler, and it wasn't black, it was wood, and the keys were not fancy like they are now. It was an old piano, and I was there, and I wore this, it was like a tunic, and it was shiny, and it was very stiff, and it was very uncomfortable. And I played the piano, and behind me there were doors, like French doors, and out the back there was this tangled up wild garden with just thousands of flowers. It was just this wild garden. It was really nice. And there were steps where you could walk. It was in a city, but I'm not sure where. I kind of think Paris, but I don't know who I was.
Are you in a male or a female body?
Male. And my hair is greasy. It's kind of gross. And I don't remember any other people around except one other person who's also a man. And I don't know if he's a student or a teacher. And I was showing him something on the piano. I think I was a composer. It seems to me that I was showing him something that I'd written.
If there is a title at the top somewhere.
I see the word arabesque. Arabesque. I played that when I was a little girl, but it was Arabeske. So it was a different spelling, but it was the same piece. But I was playing that when I was 6 years old. And it's not an easy piece.
You wrote this?
I think so.
I want you to look at that sheet of music. Find something on it that is uniquely yours, that something that you do when you write music, perhaps the way you put the notes down on paper.
Well, it's the ink, and it's not terribly neat. It's an old-fashioned pen, and it's kind of scratchy, and it's a kind of ink. It wasn't like music now is printed. This was like hand done.
There's something that when you write music, you do something or leave some sort of mark that identifies you as the composer, or perhaps something unusual that others may not know, but is your routine, maybe about either writing or performing.
Well, I remember an orchestra, but it wasn't like a modern orchestra. It was small. I remember there was an orchestra in a hall somewhere, and I was still wearing the same black thing. That room wasn't where I lived. That wasn't my house. It was someone else's house, I think, because where I lived, I had a family. There was a bunch of kids running around.
And this place where you see yourself, what do you do there?
I teach, and I'm teaching this other person. I'm feeling like this other person has something to do with list, but I don't even know the time between the two of those. I don't even know if that's possible. But I think I remember the garden behind because it kind of reminds me of that meadow, the flowers, all the flowers.
So I want you to just focus on the aroma of those flowers. Just allow that to begin to take you away as though you're floating on that aroma, just into that space of beauty and comfort, allowing all the images to fade away. And we're going to take another journey into another time and place. And we're going to move now into this present lifetime, to the year 1966, about October.
I was already there because when you asked me about the aroma, immediately I was aware of all those colors flowing around me. They didn't have an aroma, but it was the same peaceful, healing feeling.
Describe to me where you are. What do you see around you?
I'm in the room, I'm lying back, and I feel like I'm being held down, like restrained almost.
Is there anything physically restraining you? Become aware of that.
Not physical, but like a force field or something. I feel like I'm pinioned down on this bed, but there's all these gases around my head, around my body, flowing, just flowing.
Describe to me what else is in the room.
Not much. I just know that there are people in the back on my right. There's people back there, and they don't want me to see them. I'm not sure why. I think because they think I'd be scared.
I want you to just listen to my voice for a moment. Now, you are in a state between time and space where magical things are possible. And so, what I'd like you to do is just imagine your spirit rising up from your body and looking around, and you will be able to see them.
They're ugly. I mean, they're really ugly. They look like kind of like roaches, like bugs. I can understand why they didn't want me to see them.
Do they look humanoid in any way?
To me, they look like locusts almost. They have arms, but their hands are not like our hands at all. They have big eyes. They have something on their head. They have dark garments. I don't feel like they're bad. I just feel like they're ugly.
they were intentionally kind to you by shielding you from them?
It's a healing. They must have beamed me up there. I don't remember that at all, because when I went through the ceiling, I was right there immediately. However that works. But they stayed in the back in this, to me, it's like a control room. They stayed in the back in this enclosure, and I just think they didn't want me to see them because they're not like us in form at all.
So now that you can see them and you can communicate with them, correct? Because you can understand them. So I want you to ask them to help you understand better what is happening and why you are there.
They said they have to help me because otherwise I'm not going to get better. They said it's a treatment. That's what they're calling it, a treatment. And they said that they have to help me because if I don't get better, I'm not going to be able to do what I'm supposed to do in this life.
Ask them to explain to you how they understand what is happening with you. Why did you have that breakdown?
I hear the word overload because too much happened to me too fast when I was little. I lost touch with reality because it was too much to process for me. And if they didn't intervene, they're saying they don't usually intervene. They try not to. But in this case, they had to.
Ask them to explain to you what they are doing to help you.
They have ways of healing that are way more than we have. So those gases were changing my field around me. They were treating me in another way too. It kind of felt like LSD, but it wasn't LSD. It was the gases, and it was something they put inside me.
Ask them to explain it to you a little better. What are they adjusting within you?
My energy field, they're trying to figure out how to tell me in words I can understand. All around me, there's a force field, and mine was totally out of whack. It's kind of like the way they're saying it is going to a chiropractor, but that's physical manipulation. This was like going to a chiropractor, but they were adjusting this field around me because it had been so damaged. And the way they did that was through these gases, which I don't know what the gases were, but also they gave me something like a drug to help heal me. That and the gases, they were doing two things at the same time.
I want you to ask them now if this is the only time that you came for treatment, or did they take you there for treatment before or after?
That was the only time that I went there. But they're saying that they have done things to adjust me here. They have a way of doing it here also. But that was the only time I was there.
Do they do it then throughout your lifetime? Are they watching you to make sure you're in a stable, healthy condition?
You know, I feel like for whatever reason, they are aware of my situation always. I don't know why.
So we're going to ask exactly that. I want you to ask them to help you remember or understand the connection that you have with them. Is there an ongoing relationship, or they came in simply in this lifetime because you have a specific job to do?
Yes, it's that. I think they hooked up with me when I was 7. I always have known that something happened to me when I was 7, but they know how I feel. They know what I think. They can manipulate circumstances around me, like who I come into contact with. It's almost like if they want to, they can see through my eyes.
I wonder if I can ask them some questions directly through you and have them answer through you as well. Would they be willing to do that?
Yeah, they're saying they don't want to scare me. But yeah, they said, go ahead.
Let's try that. If you don't feel comfortable, we'll stop, okay?
All right.
First of all, thank you for being open to the conversation with me. So, what I'd like to ask you is, how did you first become aware of Marge and her need? How did you first begin to monitor her?
What I'm hearing is before she was born.
Okay. So, were you aware of the task she had in this life?
She was given a task, yes. She was assigned a task. There was no accident in her life.
What was her task?
We don't often manipulate situations here on Earth, but occasionally we have to. And in this case, and in other cases, this isn't the only case, it's necessary to intervene. In this case, oh man, I've got chills up and down my body. It was necessary to use her, and nothing has been by accident with her. Everything has gone entirely and exactly as it was supposed to. There have been no accidents, including the cult.
Were they preparing her for her task?
Everything, everything, everything.
Help me understand your role with Marge and others. Do you have a specific role on Earth?
We are protectors. We have come as protectors. It is our job to protect this planet. There are others who do not want this planet protected, but we are protectors.
Can you tell me where you come from? Is there a physical world that you live in?
Okay, it's in another galaxy, and the word for where they come from, I can't say. For some reason, Earth is very important to them. They're very protective of Earth because for some reason, it's important to them. It has a function.
Just allow them to speak through you.
Earth is important to us. We may need Earth.
In what way can Earth be helpful to you?
In case we need to resettle.
And if that happens, how do you think humans will react to you?
We're hoping it doesn't happen, and we're trying to work that out because at the moment we don't know. We have no evil designs to hurt the people on Earth. We're protectors. We don't want to hurt anybody. It may be that we would have to coexist. We don't know. Hopefully, we don't need this planet, but we may. So we are protecting it in case we need this planet, but we don't want to hurt anybody. And we're trying to help the planet not destroy itself because humans are immensely destructive.
Does the Earth have a similar environment to your planet?
It's viable for us, but we have not come to hurt anybody or destroy a civilization. That is not how we are. We are protectors, and our intentions are benign.
How do you know when you need to intervene? Do you watch specific individuals that you know you need to assist? Or do you kind of get pulled towards humans that are in trouble energetically?
No, we are aware of everything on this planet. We are aware of people in power. We are aware of events. We are aware of media. We are aware of people. We have people like Marjorie that we follow. We are aware of what's happening on Earth.
How many of you are on Earth at any given point?
We have missions. It depends on the mission, but we cannot appear in person on Earth because we do not resemble the people of Earth. We can disguise ourselves if we have to. Again, our intentions are benign, so our actions are directed by our motives. Our intentions with Earth are benign, only benign.
Can you tell me how long you have been on Earth?
It's a very, very old number throughout history.
Since you're aware of Marge's life, I wonder if you can help her then understand a couple of events that happened in her life. So one was when she was a freshman in college, and she got fever on the day that she was supposed to go to a picnic with 3 friends. And so she had to stay in bed. And the friends that went to the picnic all got killed in a car accident. Can you help her understand what that was?
It was not permitted to happen that she would be in the car. And she thinks that it was Jesus, and yes, it was, and God, and yes, it was, but it was also others.
Were you involved in this?
Yes.
Is there anything else she needs to know about that event?
Just that, like Earth people say, it wasn't her time. She has a job to do, and she's going to do it.
So another event happened July of 2020. She was ill and she was in her apartment, and she felt that she had people with her, some presence with her that helped her get through the illness. Can you give her clarity on that?
It was simple. She was going to die, and that also was not in the plan. So she was correct. There were 2 people with her who intervened.
Were they of your race?
Yes. That's why she can't. We do not allow her to remember some of the interventions we do because we do not want her to be afraid.
Now that she has seen you, do you think you'll be able to show yourselves to her in some form?
Probably not. We don't think it's necessary, and we think that it would be disturbing to her.
When you came in July when she had COVID, what did you do to stabilize her?
We have ways of healing that have to do with her electric field, and that was the intervention we used. We have ways of healing that are not anything that's known on Earth. There was not a way on Earth to heal her, but we have a way of healing that is not anything that she would have understood or that anybody on earth would have understood. We just healed her. It had to do with her field.
Are you talking about electromagnetic field?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So before I let you go, is there anything that you want to say directly to Marge, being that you're able to actually have this communication now and she's open and listening?
They want me to know that they want the best for me. They don't want to scare me. They have given me a job to do and I'm doing it, and they are grateful that I'm able to do it. They are happy with me. They are happy with my progress, and they want to encourage me to keep doing what I know I need to do. And writing is a big part of it right now. Their intentions toward me are good. They know Jesus, they work with Jesus. So, yes, the person who appeared to me when I was 7 was Jesus, and Jesus knows them, and they work together because their intention is benign for this planet and for the people on this planet. And for me, particularly, I'm not to be afraid or worry about anything. Even the thing that I'm most worried about, they're saying I don't need to worry about it. My biggest worry in my whole life is that the cult is going to kill me, and in a certain very painful way. And they're saying don't worry about it. So that's good to know for me because I am worried about it. Every page I write, I'm worried about it because they're not going to like what I'm writing. And they're saying not to worry, that I'm protected. They are my protectors too. They say that they won't appear to me as they are, so I don't need to be afraid of that. I'll feel their presence. I'll know when they are here. Sometimes I already know.
Will they allow you to retain the memory a little bit better?
Yes. I mean, I had a lot of the memory already, but I didn't remember what they looked like.
All right, so I wonder if you just want to say goodbye to them for now and just kind of let them go.
Okay, so I'm going to just talk to them. You know what? I could have an attitude about you using me and seeing through me and hearing through me, watching the news through me, and all the things that you do. But I have to believe that you are what you say, that your intentions are benign. That's why I'm trying not to be afraid of you. I didn't know until today what you look like. Okay, so you don't look like me, but I am going to continue doing what I think I'm supposed to do, which is write these books. And I do know that when I do the wrong thing, you let me know. That's very apparent to me. And I want you to know I'm not afraid of you. I have to trust you that what you're saying, that you only mean well for us on this planet, that that's true. So therefore, I have peace with you. That's it.
You're sensing your response from them.
They approve.
Good.
I just feel like there's a council, like there's a meeting, they're just approving. So they are ugly.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you click on the bell, you will be notified of any of my future postings. Thank you. Bye.